Hey guys, it's Lexus.
And I'm Gordy.
And you're watching The Weekend Experience. Well, hey everybody, welcome back. We're so happy you're here. And as you may have noticed, our friend Gordy has returned. Woo! Gordy, we missed you so much. Will you please tell us where you went?
Yes, I missed you guys a ton too, but I went to Iowa to help my friend Jim because he just moved out there and got a fancy new house. It was really exciting.
Wow, where is Iowa?
You know, it's somewhere on the map out there, 30 hours away, 4 days drive. It took a long time.
Oh my goodness, that sounds way too long for me. It sounds like I would get car sick and be really bored.
Yeah, there's definitely parts where it was super boring, but we did take a lot of stops and make it worth it. We drove through Utah and saw the Arches, we drove through Colorado and saw the Rockies, which were beautiful. We also stopped in Nebraska and Kansas, so it was really fun.
That sounds amazing. What did you guys do once you got there?
Well, we had to unpack him into his new house, and he had tons of stuff, and some of it was really heavy, so it took a long time. And then I drove back by myself.
All by yourself? Mm-hmm. Ugh, wow, Gordy, you're such a good friend. He is very lucky to have you.
Yeah, but also he's a really good friend of mine. So, you know, sometimes to make those friendships work, you have to put in a little extra effort.
Yeah. What makes him such a good friend?
Well, he's super supportive of me. He loves Jesus. He encourages me to love Jesus. And he's just really fun to hang out with. So it's good to put in that extra work and keep that friendship going.
Yeah, those friends can be really hard to find sometimes. So it's definitely important to make sure those relationships are a priority. So that's awesome that you were willing to help him with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Gordy, speaking of friends, I have a really fun, friendly game for us today. You
No
want to
way.
play?
I'm so down.
All right, you guys, it's time to play Are You My Bestie? All right, guys, the way this game works is I'm going to ask Gordy a question about maybe my favorite candy bar, and I'm gonna say, Gordy, what do you think my favorite candy bar is? Then I am going to write down what my favorite candy bar is, and he's gonna write down what he thinks my favorite candy bar is, and then we're gonna reveal our answers and see if Gordy really knows me. And I'm gonna do the same for him, and you guys can play along too, see if you know us as well. You guys ready to play? Are you ready to play?
I was born ready.
All right, here we go.
Alexis, do you know what my favorite place to eat is?
I think so. Guys, I'm gonna get this right. What do you think Gordy's favorite place to eat is? Are you gonna get it right? Let's see. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Yeah! In and out! Oh! I want you to try and guess what my favorite baseball team is.
Ooh.
What do you think it is? What do you think it is?
Depends how much your husband has influenced you.
We'll see if Gordy and I are friends after this as well. Okay. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Oh!
Yeah!
Good job, Gordy. All right, next one. What's it gonna
Favorite Disney princess.
be? Ooh.
Everybody should have a favorite one of those.
I think I might get this one wrong.
Well, do you know me?
We'll see. All right, 3, 2, 1. Jasmine.
Rapunzel.
Ah!
Oh,
She's my
yeah.
favorite too.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Ugh. Okay, Gordy.
should I put that down?
Next question. What is my favorite body of water? What do you think?
There's a lot of them out there.
There are a lot. But there's only one for me. What's it gonna be? 3, 2, 1. Pacific Ocean. No,
River.
no. Rivers.
Pacific Ocean. We live right there. We're in San Diego.
no.
Everybody goes to the beach.
No. All right, Gordy. Here we go. A couple more. What do you got?
Ready? Favorite superhero.
Ooh.
Yep.
This is hard. I'm gonna go basic. He only
What
wrote
do you
for
guys
like
think it is?
He only wrote for like 1 second though, so okay. 3, 2, 1. Thor,
Superman. Too basic. Everybody likes Superman.
All right, guys, last one. Favorite movie? What's my favorite movie? What do you think?
Interesting.
What do you guys think? This is gonna be a hard one.
There's a lot of movies out there.
I know. There's only one that's this awesome.
Going with a classic. Everybody loves this movie.
Maybe. Not as much as me. All right, 3, 2, 1. The Lion King. Trolls
Trolls!
Tour. Come
Yes, daughters.
on.
Of course, it's Trolls. Of course.
All right, guys. Hope you had fun playing today. That's all we got.
Woo!
Gordy, how did you not know my favorite movie?
How did you not know my favorite Disney princess?
We have some work to do.
Okay, come on. Give me one more chance. I promise I'll get it right.
Okay. Gordy, what is my favorite worship song?
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
No, Gordy. My favorite worship song is Happy Day.
Oh, right. Well, that one too. Let's sing it right now.
All right, guys, everybody up on your feet. Let's get to worship.
Greatest day in history. Death is beaten, you have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. The empty cross, the empty grave. Life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. Oh, he's alive. I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. Endless joy, perfect peace. Earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate, Jesus is alive. We believe he's alive. And oh, happy day, happy day. You washed my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. No, no, no. Forever I am changed.
Okay, Gordy, so you missed the last couple of weeks, but let me tell you what we learned because they were amazing lessons. First, we learned about respecting our parents, and it can be kind of hard to do. Sometimes it's hard for me, but I've really been working on it, and it was such a great lesson. And then we talked about our speech and how our tongue can either hurt or help people and how much power it has. It was amazing.
Wow, those really are some good lessons. I'm so bummed I missed them.
Well, you're here today, and I can guarantee Taylor has another great message for us.
I can't wait.
All right, guys, let's get to the Bible breakdown with our friend Taylor.
Hello, everybody. This is Taylor here with another Bible breakdown today in our series in Proverbs. As we start off today, I want you to think about your closest friends. I know that I have mine. My closest friends growing up, and they're still really close, their names are Anthony and Michael. And when I think of Anthony and when I think of Michael, I think of all the crazy stories that we've had over the years. From the sleepovers when I was very little, especially with Anthony, I remember we would always set up traps in my room just in case a bad guy broke in. So we'd have like little action figures that they would step on and then some ropes that they would trip over. And we would always sleep with our lightsabers just in case they made their way all the way to us so then we could beat the bad guys with the lightsaber. So I have a lot of stories with Anthony, and I also have a lot of crazy stories with Michael as well. Michael was kind of a goofball, and he still is to this day, and when we were in high school, he always made this weird screeching noise that I want to try to do for the video, but I feel like it's going to be really weird, and it might sound bad on the other end if I'm able to actually do it. But it is this really loud screeching noise that he would do all the time wherever we went. I remember one time we went to the San Diego Zoo, and this was during Michael's screeching phase, and he went behind one of the bird enclosures. And I was on the other side where the people were watching. So where Michael went, there was no one back behind there. And Michael let out his super loud bird screeching sound, and all the way on the other side of the enclosure where I was and where all the other people were, they freaked out thinking these birds were on steroids or something because this was such a loud screeching noise. It was kind of weird looking back that Michael would do this, but he did it all the time. I remember one time he used to screech at people while we were driving by them, which I'm not encouraging you to do that because in the story, what happened was he screeched at a skateboarder going across the street on the crosswalk, and he screeched so loud at him that he fell off of his skateboard, and then the skateboard went to the middle of this busy intersection, okay? We look back, the skateboard got up, he was okay, but don't do that because we don't want anybody getting hurt. You see, when I think of my friends, I could tell you way more stories, way longer stories than the ones I just told you right now. I wonder who your friends are. I wonder who your closest friends are. I wanted to start off with these fun stories today because today we're going to be diving into the book of Proverbs, and we're going to be looking at what Proverbs says about friendships and about making friends. And really, it's not just the book of Proverbs that talks about friendships. All over the Bible, it mentions friendships. Specifically, it says in 1 Corinthians 15:33, "Do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good morals." You see, what this verse is saying is that you might be a Christian and you might be committed to God, but based off of the people, the friends we allow into our lives, it could make us actually walk away from God, or at least not do the things that God is asking us to do. So I want to spend the rest of this time talking about good friends. What is a good friend? How can we find good friends? And really how that can impact our faith and what it has to do with wisdom. Because the reality is that if you want to follow God forever, the wise thing to do is to choose good friends. So there's a couple things I want to tell you about what it means to choose good friends. And the first thing is this. First thing to know is that good friends follow Jesus. Good friends follow Jesus. Now, that's why we encourage you guys to come to church, because you could be surrounded by so many Christians, and hey, they might even become your friend. And the hope is if they are following Jesus, well, they're not going to get you into trouble. It says this in Proverbs 13:30. It says, walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and get in trouble. You see, if we're trying to make good friends in life and we choose people that are always doing bad things, well, then they are probably not best for our faith. We should be choosing good friends that are following Jesus. Now, does this mean that you can't have any friends that don't follow Jesus? No, that's not what I'm saying. Does it mean that your friends that don't follow Jesus can't be good friends? No, I'm not really saying that either. But if these people in your life that aren't following God are causing you to turn away from him and disobey God and do a lot of things that get you into trouble, then you should probably distance yourself from those friends. Now, the second thing about making good friends is this, is good friends not only follow Jesus themselves, but they help you follow Jesus. There's another proverb that's in Proverbs 27. It says this in verses 5-6. It says, open rebuke is better than hidden love. Wounds from a sincere friend can be trusted. Now, what this verse means is that sometimes our friends are going to call us out on some things. That if you are ever messing up and you're not following God, or maybe you're disobeying God, we should have friends that actually call us out. They say, why are you doing that? Man, you go to church, you read your Bible, you say you're a Christian, and you're doing that. And you see, the reality is that sometimes that's going to hurt a little bit when they call us out. But if they do it out of a place of love, then we can trust that friend because we know that they have the best intentions, that they just want us to follow Jesus. You see, another popular proverb is in Proverbs 27:17, where it says, as iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. You see, if you want to be sharper in your faith, find friends that are following Jesus because they will help you follow Jesus as well. The last thing to know about good friends is this. Good friends encourage you when you want to give up. Good friends encourage you, especially in your faith, when you want to give up. I remember my very first night of college. Quite a few years ago, I remember the very first night, our whole guys' dorm, there's probably about 200 of us. We did this ritual where at night we would hike this mountain to like an A that was in the mountain that was made out of rocks. It was in Azusa, so the A stood for Azusa. So we would hike to that every freshman night for whoever would go there. They would hike up to this A. So 200 of us, we hike up to this A. And the hike is not really that hard per se. It was probably a mile and a half. But we had one of the guys there that had a really hard time making it up to the A. You see, he was always in the very back of the line, and oftentimes he had to take breaks, and he had to sit, and he had to rest. But he kept going until we got all the way there. You see, right before you got to the A, there was this steep mountain that we had to climb up to, and then we're there. We can overlook the city. There was all the lights at nighttime, and all of us make it to the very top except our friend. You see, he's at the very bottom. He's sitting down, and he's about to throw in the towel. He doesn't want to do this final climb up to the A. And you see, all of us, we're trying to just encourage him to keep going because it's such an incredible view at the top. But he's given up. So we all get together. I don't remember how we all did this because, like I said, there's like 200 of us. But we all get together and we come up with a plan that what we're going to do is half of us are going to stand on one side of that little road, that little pathway up to the A, and the other half are going to stand on the other side. So as he goes up, there's going to be people on both sides just cheering him on. So we do that, like 100 of us on one side, 100 of the other, and we just start chanting his name. His name was Carlos, and we just say, Carlos, you got this. You can do it. Keep going. So it gets him to stand up and climb all the way up to the A. And as he makes his way up, we're cheering for him, we're chanting, and he's able to make it to the very top. And he saw the incredible view, and I remember we worshiped up there, and we took communion, and it was such an incredible night. But if we were not there cheering for him, Carlos probably would have given up. But because we were encouraging him, he was able to see the incredible view. You see, following God is incredible. You're going to see incredible things, and it's just very important for your life. But there might be some times that it gets a little bit hard, that it's kind of hard to follow God, the things he's asking us to do, and maybe you're going to want to bow out and not do it anymore. And that's why we need good Christian friends that are cheering us on to keep going in our faith. You see, those are the people that you should be looking for. So think through your friends. Some of you have friends that you've had for a long time. And I'm not saying just to get rid of friends if they aren't following God, but if they are causing you to walk away or maybe not always listen to what God wants you to do, then maybe you should distance yourself. Look for friends that are encouraging you in your faith. Let's go ahead and pray. Father, I want to thank you just for who you are and for the fact that you surround us by so many Christians. God, I pray that we can be people that find Christians that can really benefit our faith and be incredible friends that encourage us to keep going and to keep following you. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Hey guys, it's me again, and as always, I have our 2 challenges for you. And the first, you guys know it, you're pros by now, is our memory verse. It is Proverbs 3:5-6. Remember, say it with me. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. I am positive that you guys have this one memorized, and it is locked in your brain, hopefully forever, because it's a great one to memorize. The second challenge that I have for you guys is to, like always, to remember and really reflect on what Taylor said in his message today. You guys, it is so important, the friends that we have in our life, because it completely dictates our faith and where we're going to be going in our life. Because if we choose the wrong friends and they are leading us in a direction that is not towards Jesus, it can affect everything else in our life. There's this story in the Bible, and I'm sure almost all of you guys have heard this, but if you haven't, there's this amazing story in the book of Mark, chapter 2. Go look it up later if you've never heard it before. But these 4 guys have a friend who is paralyzed, meaning he can't walk or can't move. I believe it says he's paralyzed from the neck down and he's unable to move. And these friends of this paralyzed guy find out that Jesus is coming to town. So they go to find Jesus, and there's no room for them to get close to Jesus because Jesus is famous and there's so many people around him. So they decide to go on top of the roof, dig a hole in this person's roof, and lower their friend down in between all those people just to get him in front of Jesus. And the story is awesome. Jesus heals him and he forgives him of his sins, and the man gets up and walks out of the house, and he's not paralyzed anymore. Amazing story. But I love looking at this story from the perspective of these friends. They, just like Taylor said, they had a relationship. They knew who Jesus was. They knew how powerful Jesus was. They knew that he could save their friend. And they knew where Jesus was going to be because they were paying attention to Jesus. So his friends knew about Jesus. They pushed him towards Jesus. They even lowered him through a roof to get him to Jesus. They moved mountains basically for him to get to Jesus. And they encouraged him to not give up. And this man was able to be healed by Jesus and to be brought to Jesus and forgiven of his sins. You guys, we need friends like that in our life that are literally going to break roofs to get us to Jesus. Look at the friends in your life. Make sure you're bringing friends into your life that love Jesus and are going to push you towards Jesus. And make sure you're being a friend that's pushing others towards Jesus as well.
Taylor again with the truth bombs.
Right? And the whole time I was thinking about you and your good buddy, Jim.
How so?
Well, you were sharing with me how important Jim is to you in his relationship and how he helps you to be more like Jesus. And that's exactly the type of friend Taylor told us to look for.
Totally. My friend is like that for sure. I've really noticed how he pushes me to be a better person and more like Jesus, which is super important.
It sure is. I think it's easy to just be friends with someone because they make you feel good, or maybe they help you be popular, or they're just fun to be around. But if we don't choose wisely, we can make a really big mistake.
Agreed. The wrong friends can really pull you down and ruin your life, and that isn't something to be messed around with at all.
Yeah, that would be such a bummer. But Gordy, I'm glad I have such a good friend like you.
Same. Well, guys, that's all we have for you. We hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next weekend.
Bye.
Bye, guys.